Hey, what's up, everyone? This is Minnesota Mike back with you for another video. This is another one in my vlog series that I do through the Memphis Songwriters Association in conjunction with the blogs that I write for them. You can find those blogs on the Memphis Songwriters Association website. Um, these particular blogs and vlogs are all about songwriting, what has worked for various songwriters over the years, whether those songs were hits or not, just kind of why people like them, what makes them work. So, in this particular set of vlogs, we've been talking about outdated visuals. And those are things in songs that, we don't necessarily use those things anymore, but these songs still hold up because it's more about the emotion than it is about, what visual they're talking about here. So, we've talked about Payphone by Maroon 5. And now we're going to talk about KodaChrome by Paul Simon. So, lyrically, this particular song uh, really talks about the memories of adolescence through the lens, no pun intended, I promise, of a Kodachrome camera. So it talks about all the crap he learned in high school as well as all the girls he knew when he was single. And that's contrasted with positive memories of green and sunny summers, and at the end demanding that they don't take his Kodachrome away. That hasn't aged well. So growing up, my uncle used to work for Kodak, and I have vivid memories of getting throwaway cameras from him for Christmas, from him and made by Kodak. My brother and I would immediately use up all of the photos, all of the film, I should say, in the camera, and we'd have to wait for a little bit. Usually, within 24 hours, we could get them developed. But it'd be just random things, right? Like people's hair, simply because we were fascinated with the idea of a camera. Of course, pictures still exist, right? But you can get them developed pretty much right away. The fact that you have to wait for them to be developed, that really adds to the visual of someone looking back in high school, presumably years later, maybe at like a scrapbook or something, and being able to take the good with the bad. As a teacher, it's both cool and funny to see my former students get mad at misbehaviors from current high school students with zero hint of irony. While still longing for their high school days, right? They're like, oh, well, youngins don't know how good they have it and whatever. And it's like, yeah, okay. Um, Not quite old enough to do that. But the enduring power of this particular song is that human connection that I just described, whether pictures are instantaneous or have to develop over a span of days. So, melodically, this song uses a walking pattern on piano and bass throughout the verses, as well as acoustic guitar. As I learned when I was touring Muscle Shoals, the sound studio down there, Paul Simon was backed by the Muscle Shoals rhythm section, better known as the Swampers, and the drums in the recording, played by Roger Hawkins, were actually not drums at all, but it was a cardboard box that he was playing on. The Swampers were notorious for getting songs down in just one or two takes, and so he couldn't come up with the right sound on the drums. Naturally, he got a little frustrated knowing the high standards he has, and someone had the idea to use a cardboard box that was just kind of lying around the studio. So that's what you hear on the recording. Structurally, this particular song follows a verse, chorus ending format, with the ending repeating the phrase, Mama don't take my Kodachrome away. The rhyme scheme is rather irregular in the sense that in the verses, the first and third lines do not rhyme, while the second and fourth lines do. The chorus follows a similar pattern, with the second verse and the second and third lines, I should say, rhyme, while the fifth and sixth lines also rhyme with each other. America by Simon and Garfunkel, obviously the same as Simon, is noteworthy in that none of the lines in the song rhyme, further proving why Paul Simon is one of the greatest songwriters to ever write songs. He doesn't put himself in a box when it comes to rhyme schemes. So that is KodaChrome. Like I said, on the outdated visuals vlog, blog, set of ramblings, I suppose you could call them. And talking about that camera, that Kodachrome camera. It is linked below. It's embedded below, so you can find that particular song, listen to it, and see exactly what I'm talking about. See exactly why it works. And I know I, for one, am never going to listen to it the same way again after knowing that that's a cardboard box that they're playing on. And that's not a negative thing. That's a really cool thing. So we're going to continue. We got a couple more in this particular vlog series with outdated visuals. But I am Minnesota Mike. Thank you so much for watching.